Week of Unqualified Sports Talk, episode 15, boys. We're diving into the meat and bones, meat and potatoes is what I meant to say, of of the sports world this week. We're super pumped. There's a lot going on. The greatest player of any sport ever did something amazing last night. And friend of the show, Jared Vandera, big week for him. We're diving into it. But y'all know how the order of operations goes here. The PIMDOS of Unqualified Sports Talk. We start with the NFL. And something that I'm not too familiar with, but seems to be going around. So I might let Carson and Austin take the reins on this one a little bit. Heard that there's some OTA holdouts in the off season this year. Let me hear a little bit about that.
Are parentheses the best part of the PIMDOS? Because the NFL is the best part of sports, obviously.
I would say the exponents, but
Okay.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
But if the P was for plussing, then that would absolutely be, because addition is the best. But regardless.
well,
Carson, what's going on with these OTA holdouts, though?
Yeah, so pretty much players, for some reason, don't want to play football. And that's about it. I don't really understand it. Of course, OTAs are, training camp super early in the off season. Basically, it'll be like a super rough walkthrough. It's good for players new on teams. It's good after rookie camp last week for the rookies to get more time. Pretty much, if you're a guy that wants to be on a football team, it's a good thing. But for some reason, players don't like playing football and making millions and millions for playing a game. So they want to hold out because the NFLPA and the NFL are in negotiations, and we're probably going to have a holdout at some point for some reason.
I would do what they're doing times 5 for a fifth of their pay.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating either.
Me either. No.
Like,
if you guarantee me $400K a year, yes.
Yeah. Like, this isn't even, this isn't
15
even
hours
practice.
a day, I promise.
Yeah,
it's just
no,
OTAs.
It's
It's just simple workouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll have workouts, they'll
pass
have
the ball,
meetings, they'll
catch
go
the
through
ball.
life skills probably. Like, it's not like a bunch of I have a ton of doubt that they would ever even look at pads, obviously.
Yeah, no shot.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I
think it's
almost
ridiculous, but
I almost wonder how many players feel the same way as one player that I saw on Twitter that was basically saying this time is the only time that we have to do endorsements and like focus on our brand, right? So basically he was saying that, he didn't want to be pulled away. And I wonder how many players, like, that's why they feel this way. And how many players it's just like, why would I want to do extra practice before practice starts, right? Like,
But it's ridiculous, though. You literally, I mean, at the end of the day, yes, you're getting paid, but it is a game, and obviously, like when you want to, it's a team game. Why wouldn't you want to just make the best of it?
Yeah.
But the PA was trying to get everybody to hold out. They got it. That people were saying so, but then rookies go in, and when the rookies go in, everyone else follows as they don't want to lose their jobs. I think the AFC East had mostly full attendance, I believe.
Represent.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure about everybody else. But also, you've got special situations. A, everybody loves Flores. B, Patriot Way. And C, Big Bob is brand new up there. So it's like maybe that's a little short-sighted, but still, I think it's something to keep our eye on.
Yeah.
And then with Sean McDermott, you're competing for a Super Bowl, so you better attend.
Yeah, you just had an incredible season with, maybe an ending that you don't really like. You're still fired up. Let's get to work.
And there's a lot of young
the difference
players.
Is made. Yeah, exactly. That's where the difference is made. The differences are made right now. Like, we're in May. If you get out there and you work really hard for 2-3 weeks, then that could get you another win.
Yeah, you got an advantage week 1.
Yep, exactly.
because you're 3
exactly
weeks
what I
ahead
think.
of everybody else.
And then there's also a lot of the conversation with what just happened with um, his name is escaping me, Juwan James, the tackle for the Broncos, getting hurt away from the facility and losing all of his salary. So like, there's a lot of tension between the NFL and the PA right now,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Yeah.
just complicating everything.
Which I feel like
But
at this point that's kind of expected. Like at this time of the year, like this isn't something that just came out of nowhere, right? Like this
yeah,
has been a conversation for what the past 3 or 4 years at least.
hmm
But I think now we're kind of seeing the culmination of it. So it's gonna be interesting to see what changes because at this point you can't expect things to go back to just being how they always were, right? Like
hmm
the no fun league can't be the no fun league as harshly anymore because the players have more power. But
Mm-hmm.
it's it's definitely mind boggling to me. Like you guys were saying,
Yeah.
like just as dumb as it sounds, just play the sport.
yeah. I mean, and that we can get into this
There's,
conversation all the time of divas in sports. Like, I don't think they realize like it's a privilege.
Yeah,
oh my
Like
gosh! Like
people
we were
are
saying,
paying to
we
come watch you and to watch you on TV.
yeah,
Like if they weren't doing that, you wouldn't be able to do this thing that you love, play this game, and like be able to A, support yourself, B, have a family, C, like set your family for years to come, and D, like make a difference in the community. Like none of that would be possible. So like it's your duty to, be a responsible human being no matter what.
yeah. I think we often, or a lot of people forget that athletes are entertainers. Like that's the source of revenue. They don't get money just because they play the sport. Because if no one watched it, then they wouldn't make any money.
yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah. I just get a little. I think they get a little short sighted because there are people that work, 5 or 6 days a week for 50 weeks of the year, and for pennies compared to their salaries.
yeah, which is not to say that they don't have like difficult jobs, like the
Yeah, not
NFL
saying it's
players
difficult at all,
or athletes
but
in general, but
yeah, but a
it's difficult.
platform is ridiculous.
Yeah, they get much better compensation for what they do,
Yeah,
which by a
and
lot of
a
people,
platform is like almost priceless.
yeah. I mean, you travel what 8, 9, 10 weeks out of the season, and then
At
the rest of
least,
that
I
time
mean,
you have the ability to either stay home and like be in your home city and or just do whatever you want because you only play football for 20 weeks a year, right? So
You can just literally go live in Turks and Caicos for half a year if you wanted to
yeah.
yeah.
You could go
Well,
guard
I
J.
think
Cole.
in the
yeah,
Africa League.
honestly. But moving on from that, that's just a little
Little
just a
rant.
little dramatic topic stuff that we feel very very strongly about some of these things,
And
but
yet
we are
still
unqualified.
unqualified.
Just
Yep.
reminder, yep, very unqualified. But next in the NFL, we think it's gonna be a down week as every week in the offseason is, but Julio Jones, is he being shopped around?
I hope so.
Rumor has it. Ooh,
Wow.
Wow. Throwback.
Room.
Daisy Beardo.
But
Yeah. The Falcons looking like they're wanting to shop around Julio Jones. Okay. But I mean, we've heard this rumor already before, but I guess it's a question worth asking from either side of the trade. Like the Falcons and whoever they could be potentially trading to, is it worth obtaining / dishing Julio at this point in his career?
I think so. I think if you have the chance of giving up a reasonable load, like quote unquote, then for Julio, at the chance of, picking up a guy that's going to be your number one receiver and you're putting
Mm-hmm.
him with a good quarterback, with a good, I'm just going to say, a good offense, that has more weapons than just him, and he is like that last piece that you need, then absolutely, it's worth it. Because I think given the right situation, he's still able to be a version of the Julio that we've known for a long time. And for the Falcons,
Yeah.
are you winning a championship with him on your roster right now? No. Are
No,
you making the playoffs with him on your roster? Considering
maybe.
the two teams in your division that have been dominant for the past million years,
Maybe.
aka Tom Brady,
And
Sean Payton,
Jameis Winston.
hey, Taysom Hill,
Hey, whoa,
Ja,
whoa, whoa.
ja.
Watch where you put your disrespect.
Alvin Kamara.
Yeah. Yeah.
But regardless, I don't think the Falcons with the I don't even know
Baby.
shell of an offense and then upside down question mark of a defense that they have is gonna do much with Julio. So why not just get something for him, because you're gonna lose him either to retirement or free agency before you can build something up. So
Yeah.
And
I mean,
he's
I think,
hashtag expensive, and they don't have any cap.
yeah, definitely at this point, like the window is come and gone. A first round pick, a 23-year-old former second or third round pick, and having that cap space is definitely much more worth having Julio, especially considering you have the luxury of having Calvin Ridley.
yeah,
Right.
And I think that there would not be any shortage of teams trying to get him. So I'm just going to throw this name out there. If the Rodgers deal doesn't happen, maybe the Denver Broncos. They've got a young receiver room. They've got a young quarterback, and Julio would do wonders for Drew Lock.
Yeah, God.
And if
He-
if you're gathering the resources to trade for Aaron Rodgers, you've definitely got enough resources to go out and snag Julio, right?
you'd
Well, I
have to
mean,
think so.
having Julio not only in that locker room but on the field would have Drew Lock's development progress by 10 times.
Yeah, and you're talking about
No, I mean
marketability
Drew
for
Lock
Denver.
and yeah,
So
That would make sense, wouldn't it?
yeah, or maybe a
So you
team.
but
just
it's
spoke
just
it
a
into
name out there.
existence, Carson.
I was gonna say maybe.
Just
What
a
about a
name
team
out
like
there.
Green Bay though? What if the Rodgers? What if that could keep Rodgers in Green Bay, the other side
I mean,
of
what are
things?
they gonna have to? What are they gonna have to give up, Devontae? So like,
I mean, multiple first round picks,
It would only
considering
be
that they'll
worth
be
it.
in the late 20s.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'd only be worth it if they could keep both of those guys.
yeah,
Yeah, if you
Somehow.
could keep Rodgers and Adams, you'd have to give up like probably
Aaron
a defense,
Jones.
a defensive starter, yeah, or Aaron Jones, and a first probably.
Well, I don't know. We're not. I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
but
But who
I still
knows,
don't know.
guys?
Yeah.
But also, we're talking about like Julio. I will say without hesitation, top 5 at his position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
No debate.
hesitation, I will say that Aaron Jones is a top 10 running back, and I'm not entirely confident in that. There's a lot of good running backs, and running backs are easy to find. Receivers, especially of Julio's caliber, which all due respect to Aaron Jones, but that's not the conversation we're having.
True.
It's not.
Maybe
Yeah.
another.
And
one.
then of course, before our segue to the NBA, gotta have my least relevant news of all time. Tim Tebow signed. He's number 85. Any comments at all?
They sold tickets. I mean,
Publicity stunt. And that's about it. Move on.
Yep.
yeah.
Number 85, baby.
It would be cool
Hook
to
'em.
see him do well. Obviously, he's not gonna be like Gronk, Travis Kelsey. Obviously,
Yeah,
he's probably
obviously
not
he's
even gonna be
34.
Austin Hooper, but maybe he could do something, and that's about it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we wish him well. So,
They just sold
irrelevant
a bunch of
news
tickets.
of the week. Irrelevant news of the week. Well, T-Law sold his tickets, but yeah.
Well,
And then
yeah, whatever was left.
on to the NBA.
Yes.
Bryce, you're a freaking man. Explain it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the rivalry of the decade.
Yeah.
Rivalry of the decade, Steph Curry versus LeBron James. What was this, 5 or 6?
15, 25.
Like that.
In the
something like that.
postseason. I think part 5. In the postseason, I mean, guys, come on. LeBron James in year 18. Slow start, coming back from his ankle injury. Same with AD. Slow start. Dennis
Wash
Schroeder,
King.
slow start. Yeah, getting the Wash King comments, down 12 at halftime. It's not looking good. Steph Curry's playing well. Draymond Green's the best defensive player of all time. And then I actually raged quit last night. I was working myself up. I was getting pissed off. Had to work the next morning, so I turned it off at halftime, went to bed. Woke up this morning. All my Instagram feed was freaking LeBron James with a triple-double, ended up with 22 something. And hit a game winner 8 feet behind the 3-point line. No time on the shot clock. Bang! On Steph Curry's freaking head and his mouth, everything. And, I mean, that was it. That's the Bryce Turner rendition.
Yeah. And those are the games that the NBA needs to make the play-in like sellable. Like both of the games last night were very, very good games, sellable games, which is complete contrast from the other one. Like I don't know if we mentioned this with the play-in, but like obviously they're going to be either close and competitive or they're just not going to be worth watching.
Uh-huh.
And the first 2 games were not worth watching. And I don't know if y'all have looked at all, but the game going on tonight is not worth watching.
No, I saw Russell Westbrook had like 20 in the first half, and they went on a 16-0 run and were dominating.
Yeah, it's like 30. It was 30 like at the beginning of the third almost.
Oh, gosh.
So,
See you, Pacers.
yeah.
Yeah,
See you, Pacers.
Peace out.
But yeah, the duality of the play-in is incredible. But hook 'em Lakers. The first ever play-in triple-double. The one stat I never wanted to hear, mainly because it just gives people an excuse to say triple-double one more time.
Don't matter.
But speaking of the duality of the play-in, ESPN's Instagram account took a hit because sad LaMelo, they got dominated.
They got dogged.
They got All-Star gamed.
Honestly, by the See Ya Pacers.
Yeah. Whew. That's
Gosh. Imagine them
tough.
playing the Wizards tonight.
It's tough with
Yeah,
a capital TUFF.
Yeah, your Hornets highlight for this week is that the season's over, but hey, what a
LaMelo.
season it was.
Lots of highs, lots of lows.
Lots of
Basically,
highs,
like
lots of lows.
Any
No,
Hornets season.
for the Hornets, this was a good season.
It was.
It was.
There were
You've
way
got a
more
lot
highs.
to look forward to.
There were way more highs than lows.
But also, how do we feel about Gordon Hayward not playing when he probably could have?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, it's like you're a player with an extensive injury history. It's not like you're going to win a title.
Yeah. And I don't know if he makes the difference in a 38-point loss or whatever it was.
On to next season.
I know, but it's like he could have. I mean, your team's fighting for a playoff spot. Like,
I agree. Like,
and I love Gordon Hayward.
I have no doubt
so
that he wanted
valuable
to
to those young guys.
So,
yeah.
But
and it was probably like 70-30 with people telling him to play, but he was like technically cleared,
Yeah, that's true.
And it wasn't even like the Hornets played poorly. It was just, I mean, the Pacers shot 45% from 3.
Like, hey, hook 'em Pacers.
I think the Hornets shot negative from 3, so that definitely doesn't help things.
Yeah.
But whenever the other team comes out and I think the Hornets shot 45% from the field, which is not bad, like in the NBA. And then the Pacers shot 45% from 3, and then I think 50, like in the 50s from the field. Yeah, like good luck.
Yeah, you're not winning that.
But, rest in peace to the Hornets. That's the play-in news. And we've got other news unrelated to the playoffs because it's a regular season award, which makes sense. MVP finalists were announced. Reaction?
No surprise.
Stupid. Like, why give finalists? We already know who's going to win it.
Well, did you know Steph Curry's actually going to win it now, which is wild?
Well, Steph Curry.
They're not even going to make the playoffs.
He got a scoring title. I think it should include the playoffs. If you're going to make record matter, then make it matter whether or not they win in the playoffs.
Also, if you're not going to announce it until after the season anyways.
Literally.
Like,
stupid.
Or, I mean, we've talked about this before. Or do regular season MVP, playoff MVP. The MLB does it. It's fine. It works. No one has an issue with it.
Yeah. Just call it regular season MVP.
You already have finals MVP.
And then have a new award. Yeah.
Just have a playoff MVP.
Just thought.
Add one more to the collection.
Yeah.
Yep. Congratulations to Nikola Jokic.
Yep. This year's
NBA MVP.
Yep. Congrats.
And if Embiid hadn't got hurt, we would have loved to seen like them go back and forth down the stretch because that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
I know.
And if Jamal Murray hadn't got hurt, I would be rooting for them to meet in the finals because could you imagine?
I'm sad that we're not getting Joel Embiid MVP speech this season. I want it so bad. My name is Joel Embiid. But hopefully the Joker brings something good.
We love him.
We
love him and we love the big guy. So screw Curry. I hope he doesn't steal votes from Embiid, and I hope he finishes third because, scoring isn't everything. Scoring is actually nothing.
But also everything.
Basically everything. To the naked eye.
It's literally everything. Yeah, to the naked eye, triple doubles are just a stat, but when you look deeper,
we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right, Bryce. Time for you to. What are you doing this week while we talk about baseball?
I'll take a nap.
Sweet. I was gonna say
we're keeping it short.
I was gonna say House of Cards, but
does that
why would I build a house of cards?
No. Watch the TV show, not build a house. Duh.
Building a house of cards is actually really easy if you do it on carpet.
Interesting.
Right.
It is because there's more traction. Because you have to place the cards perfectly on the table.
So does that mean if you go to Daytona and you try to build it on turn 4, it'll work because there's a lot of traction?
That's funny because it's 45-degree angle.
Yeah, but there's a lot of traction.
It might be more than that. Yeah, there you go. All right, baseball. We hate to report it, Austin. We predict the future. We're sports bettors now. I mean, 2 more no-hitters back-to-back nights.
Yeah.
And we can talk about trends all we want, but 3 teams have been no-hit twice. That's more like talking. Now we're in the disparity and the salary cap conversation rather than the dead ball conversation.
Yeah. This is where we start to talk about should baseball normalize a salary cap and completely change 200 years of history. But
yeah.
And honestly,
which is not a conversation we're having today.
No. I'm looking at this and I mean, no disrespect to either of these two guys, especially Corey Kluber, because he's had a pretty good career so far. And these are not guys that I would say,
Yes, exactly.
These guys should throw no-hitters. Obviously, less relevant people have thrown no-hitters in the past, but at least with people like Musgrove, you could look at him and say, well, he's been hot. He's been really, really ramping up. He's been getting better. But you're talking about a pretty unproven guy in Turnbull, and then Kluber, who's just trying to win a World Series with the Yankees. I don't know.
At least he's a former Cy Young winner. But I mean, one of those he didn't deserve. We can talk about that later.
It's weird. Baseball's just weird like this. But we are geniuses. Yeah. Because we
predicted it. We predicted it. I think those words came out of one of our mouths. And it's the funniest thing ever. So if you want us to actually analyze anything, We talked about it last week.
Yep.
And we can just insert that discussion here because the same thing goes in. Like, just swing the bat at the ball. You're going to hit it at some point.
Yeah, there's so many holes in a baseball field. Like, even with the shift.
Oh, my gosh. And you think about poo holes.
Transition, segue, Albie.
Transition into
Albie
Albert Pujols,
Pujols.
45 years old. He's getting paid $40 million a year. He's going to pinch hit for the Dodgers in the World Series because he just signed with them. It's not really relevant. I hate the news. I hate that it's news.
Yeah,
I think he should just retire.
It's another example
But
of how we
40-year-olds
speak
making
things.
as much money as he is. We
It's
spoke it into
another
existence.
example.
We spoke it in.
I literally
Alexa.
said a team like the Dodgers. It's beautiful, but like you said, he'll have a David Freese moment and hit one really good home run, and then he'll walk off a legend. So, or more so than he already is. When the Dodgers win the World Series again this year, and I get Trevor Bauer's face tattooed on my arm.
He'll have another moment.
So.
Just one more. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's cute.
It's publicity,
and I would like for him to get a title and walk over into the sunset. I mean, hey, whatever.
It's the perfect Peyton Manning story.
And Ray Lewis, you can't forget about that.
Because Peyton Manning did nothing to deserve that Super Bowl that year. So
that's tough.
Peyton Manning sits the whole year. Big Brock carries them. Cam doesn't fall on the fumble.
All respect to BCB.
True. But I think that's enough for the MLB.
Yeah. Is Bryce's alarm going off yet? Is he up?
I think so. I'll call him. All right, he's awake.
Hey, Bryce.
Hello.
Hi, Bryce.
Hey,
guys.
We're just talking about the UFC. We thought you liked the UFC a little
bit. I came back just in time for it. It sounds like.
Your nap was good though.
Well,
yeah, it was a good nap.
Someone's taking a nap though this weekend in the UFC though, right?
Oh my gosh!
You freaking know.
So who's taking the nap, Bryce?
Well, I'm gonna tell you who it's not. It's not Jared Vanderaa, everybody.
Yes, sir. The Mountain
because Jared the Mountain Vanderaa is fighting this weekend on Fight Night, fighting Justin Tafa. We hate him. Everything about him we hate. We hope that he gets hit so hard he can't remember anything for the next 5 days. His memory has to take time to recover.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we hope. Yeah, that's exactly what we're hoping. Just Jared Vanderaa has the hardest knockout of all time, or heel hook. He loves his heel hooks.
We will
guys,
take
I'm so
a submission
excited.
victory. We will take a submission victory.
Our freaking boy is back. Jared the Mountain Vanderaa, friend of the show.
Friend of the show. First friend of the show.
Yeah, first right. The OG friend of the show. We're super excited for him.
Weeks.
15.
We're so excited for freaking Jared. That wasn't episode 0.
No, it wasn't.
No,
it wasn't. It was 1. It was 1. So 14.
Yeah, 14 weeks.
You're right.
But I can't even words can't even describe how excited I am for him to get back into that ring. He's one of my favorite fighters ever, just because we know him and he's our friend and I love him.
Yeah. I really want to see a front kick knockout because it never happens.
I want to see a front flip kick knockout from Jared.
A bicycle kick knockout.
I mean, if we get Kevin Holland on the show, we can probably convince him to try it.
Yeah. Or Anderson Silva.
But
he's retired. He's officially done.
Doesn't matter. He could still try.
As we move on from the Jared fight eventually, but just like the feeling that I have about this fight and leading up to this fight just makes me so excited just to, have more people on as we, either grow in success or don't. Like, we have people on, we know them, we're friends with them, we get to talk to them, and we get to see them succeed. Like, there's nothing more exciting than that. Like, rooting for sports when you care about it is one thing, but rooting for sports when you care about it and know the person and have met them, like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a really good feeling, especially if you can watch him. If he wins, I don't know if I will ever have felt like as excited about a victory in a UFC fight.
Yeah.
Because I'm not necessarily like super invested in any of the fighters. Like,
It adds that new dimension.
I'll pick my favorite, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It'd be like seeing, a close friend get a good job, that they've wanted for a long time, except on a way bigger scale.
We don't know
like
him
a
that well, but
way
yeah.
bigger scale. Like,
It's like we have a reason to like this guy. He's a nice guy. We have talked to him. He's really cool.
yeah.
And all we want is to see him win.
To knock Tafa out cold.
Put him to sleep. Jared has probably the most iron chin ever. So please, Jared. And with a good showing, hey, maybe 1 or 2 people will know his name. And that's all that matters.
And
Put your
then he
name out
gets
there.
Ngannou.
Then he gets Ngannou.
I don't. Phew. There are very few people on this planet that can knock Jared out. But I don't know. Dude, Ngannou's a different beast. Maybe in one punch.
No.
The
But Jared's got
hardest
a
recorded
freaking
punch ever.
chin.
He does.
Chin
But
unlike
also,
anyone we have ever seen.
we're really hoping to have another UFC guy on the show pretty soon.
Yep, very
It's
soon.
looking pretty promising. So we'll keep y'all updated with that. That'll obviously be a surprise when it happens, but
Friends of the show, we're making them.
we are some big time in the freaking UFC, the biggest fight promotion ever.
Yep. And given a Jared win, we are absolutely reaching out to him to talk to him because we love him.
Uh-huh. Well,
And
good luck, Jared.
Yeah,
We're
absolutely.
freaking pumped for you, dude.
Be
Exciting.
glued to the
And
screen.
obviously, that's our highlight of that fight night. But also,
that's our main event.
We have Cody No Love Garbrandt fighting Rob Font. I don't know who his nickname is. It's probably something
Comic
stupid.
Sans, probably.
Cosmic Sand.
Rob
and
Ariel Font.
Cody's looking for his rise to the top of the bantamweights again, and that's about it. He's a stud. He might be one of the most attractive men on planet Earth.
Honestly,
but yeah, I'll tune in for it. Am I the most excited ever for that fight? Not by any means. But hey, a contender fighting, sweet.
Yeah, sweet. And Rob size 12 Font. Hey, if he goes out there and has an exciting fight, good for him.
True.
But
and
Cody's
with a last name like Garbrandt, however you want to pronounce it, that sounds so close to a Pokemon's name. And
honestly, it kind of does.
It does. I mean,
Garchomp.
Wait, Cody Garchomp, Garbrandt. I just, it's whatever. But
there you go.
No big deal here.
Wait, normalize Pokemon nicknames in UFC.
Honestly,
please.
Like a Mighty Mouse should be Pikachu.
Raichu.
No, because then you're talking like 3 times the size of Pikachu.
Bryce Absol Turner.
Wait.
No, Bryce Dialga Turner.
Austin Salamence Childress.
Yes, sir. Well, I was thinking about the next person. It's not a UFC fighter, but the next person that we're going to talk about whenever we get through this interesting conversation. I was thinking about Tyson Typhlosion Fury.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Well, I guess is that a segue, ladies and gentlemen?
I think that's a segue.
It could be, but I'm still thinking about someone who could be Bulbasaur. So
one day we have to revisit this Pokemon nicknames for fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's a future top 3.
That's what we're gonna ask our next guest if he could have a Pokemon nickname. What would it be?
Honestly. I mean, could you imagine? I don't know if y'all have seen, like, they have Pokemon cards that are like 2 Pokemon in one or whatever. Because it's like, I don't know. But
Siamese or
like Mew and Mewtwo, and they're moving around in the same, and it's like a cute art. But could you imagine
Siamese Pokemon?
like Austin and Salamence on the same Pokemon card? Like, that goes to sports fans and Pokemon card collectors.
True.
And there you go. That might be the most expensive card of all time.
Yeah. And
But
do you give
Tyson,
Jared's
Typhlosion.
protect and all the defensive stats?
Yep. I mean, Jared, ride on Vandera.
I was thinking Tyranitar, but yes.
That too. All right. Tyson, Typhlosion, Fury, and Deontay Wilder. July 24th.
Deontay Diglett Wilder.
Deontay the Mask Wilder.
Okay, guys, enough with the Pokemon nicknames now.
That was
we're
That
done.
was a headpiece.
Okay, I'm done.
Not a purse,
all right,
it's a satchel.
All right. Let me give you a hypothetical here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Fight number 2, Wilder doesn't wear the 50-pound headpiece. Is it more exciting fight?
Obviously.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just telling myself that, but obviously.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously will not come out in a 50-pound, what looks like Black Panther headpiece.
Was it worth it, though, because it was the coolest thing of all time?
It was without a doubt the coolest thing of all time, and especially considering we didn't want Fury to win for our intrinsic motivations. It was very hype, and I loved it.
I don't know what intrinsic means.
Like, just to yourself, personal. Like, there's no...
Yeah, like intrinsic motivation is like
you're not
your motivation.
Yeah, you're not getting like an object. Like, you're just getting satisfaction.
Yeah.
Is that because we didn't want Big Rock to have satisfaction?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember that now.
But yeah, I think that this is really big because the last one was awesome, and obviously we all tuned in. But now, like, fans that only jumped in the second one are going to be tuned in for the next one, and fans that were here all along are tuned in for the next one, and fans that were waiting for the Fury Joshua fight are here for this. And especially after all this Jake Paul crap, like, this is boxing at its finest. Heavyweight championship of the world. Show me the money, right?
Beep.
Yeah, this is the first relevant boxing match since what, Mayweather McGregor, or the last. I guess the last Wilder Fury fight, but
yeah, the last Wilder Fury fight, but that was what, over a year ago, way over a year ago.
Yeah, and I mean, we can talk about all the divisions of boxing as many times as we want, but the heavyweights are pretty much the ones with most of the credit, especially since like the Triple G and Canelo Alvarez fights like fizzled out. There's not really much marketing there after they fought so many times and there was so much controversy. Well, and they just weren't that good of fights. But we've got the freaking big boys, and they're bringing it, and it's going to be awesome. I mean, Tyson Fury is what, 6'10"?
He's huge. And so is Fury, though.
That is Fury. You mean Wilder?
I meant Wilder, yeah.
Yeah, he's like 6'7".
And all muscle.
Still, man.
Yeah, it's
why
like,
are they boxing?
It's exciting. Well, it's a gentleman's sport.
Wilder could be the greatest defensive end of all time. With his footwork and its stuff. Like,
yeah.
Can you imagine someone that tall in the UFC?
Put Fury at OT. No, I mean, what's his name? Is it Volkov? Is he the guy that's really tall?
He's like 6'8", right?
Something like that.
Like, especially if you're like more legs than torso. Like,
listen.
Oh man, you just leg triangle everyone.
Also, wait, can we talk about the Black Beast knocking that guy out because he broke into his truck? That's the funniest thing in the whole, like, I mean, he posted on Instagram, man, picked the wrong car to break into, and he legit knocked the dude out. He just heard breathing, turned around, and there was the Black Beast there.
No, it was just he didn't remember because he was just out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I mean, he had to been out cold. Like,
oh yeah, no doubt. Like any strength of punch. And I think it gives a little bit of insight into the me versus versus Ngannou fight that's coming up.
Out before you
What's-
even see the punch coming.
Yeah, I mean, Derek Lewis put a guy to sleep. Just a regular old guy. I'm just a regular old guy too. But we're
And
talking somebody
Ngannou's
who can probably punch
way.
3 times as hard.
I
Not
was
3
gonna
times,
say.
but
Ngannou
twice
could
as
probably
hard.
punch harder than an MLB fastball.
Oh yeah, well he can punch as hard as the force of a what was it? A Ford Taurus or something going at full speed?
Well, taking a charge from
Yeah. Well, if you gave the Heisman based off of Instagram followers.
Zion Williamson would
Give
have
Zion.
Oh, guys, I don't know if I sent it to Bryce, but I know I sent it to Carson. Zion in the whole suit get up, and it said Zion Williamson analyst like 2045 or something like that.
and it was
Picture of
like
Zion's face
him
over
and Booger. Yeah.
And he's just massive. Oh
I mean,
man.
Zion is going to be one of the largest humans ever. And if basketball doesn't work out, I want to see him in the ring.
Yeah. I want him to be the first player to ever wear steel-toed boots whenever he plays basketball.
He's gonna have
What?
to. They're gonna have to
Yeah,
keep
he's
him
gonna
grounded
have to, exactly.
because he can jump so high.
Well,
right,
I
all
was
right,
just gonna say so he
please.
doesn't run through his shoes again, but
All right, if we're gonna be off topic, it needs to be about Pokemon nicknames because that needs some respect.
it
But-
does.
All right, I'm tired of with boxing always going first to the hypothetical. Oh, what if it was an MMA match? Hopefully, this fight can bring some respect to boxing because there's been a lot of good and bad publicity with both of the Paul brothers and just Triller being awful anyway. Like we're gonna see a real fight. We're gonna see real undercard fights, and they're gonna do it right. And there's gonna be a lot of money and a title on the line, and it's gonna be awesome.
Should be.
I hope it turns into a
So-
slugfest.
So
Oh,
I
of
can't
course.
wait. And that means we're gonna get a unified fight probably this year as well. So it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. And now to everyone's favorite part of the show. You were waiting. We had you waiting. Datebook.
Segments.
The segments. All right. You know how we start it?
Every
Trivia
week.
week. Austin,
That would be
what do
me.
you got?
So, this is a question that, now that I think about it, Carson might actually get. I don't know, Bryce. I don't know your minor sport favorites. Like what your favorite of the smaller sports are. So, this week's question is about bowling.
Oh no.
Okay.
A beer sport.
Also, Carson just set a world record in bowling this weekend.
I did.
Or this week.
Personal record.
Yep.
No big deal.
All
I'm not
right,
making the
boys.
announcement. All right, Austin.
This term, so it's a term, 2 words, is a score that comes as the result of alternating strike, spare in every frame. 2 words, 1 number being the score.
Hat trick.
And
Wait,
it's
you're saying one of the words is the score?
yes, one of the words is the score. So it's blank score. Once again, it's a score that comes as a result of alternating strike, spare in every frame.
Oh, easy.
What is it then?
I don't know.
I have another one for extra credit.
I know.
But
I mean, if you alternate strike and a spare every time, you're going to get a 200 on the dot, I think.
that is the second word. So 200.
I don't know what this other word could be. Like a what? A clean 200?
I'll give you it's
oscillating.
it's an ethnic group.
What?
Yes.
An ethnic group. I don't know what that means.
like
Honestly.
a nationality. Like
a Harlem.
yeah, or it'd be like an American 200.
Harlem. That's what I'm doing.
Bryce?
I don't want to say anything that'll get me in trouble.
It's gonna be a nationality. He
Yeah,
says.
yeah. It's like a nationality.
The Japanese 200.
It's a Dutch 200.
Oh.
That was hard.
And
was.
okay, so that's why I have the extra credit question, because the way I discovered that question was I was watching bowling on YouTube like at 3:00 in the morning one night, right?
Sometimes. Hey.
And the announcer was so British that I just kept watching it. And he goes, "Oh, that's a Dutch 200," and I was like, "What is that?" So I looked it up, and I was like,
How awful were the people what you were watching bowling? Only bowling.
"Oh,
200s?
it was like a local league. It wasn't like
Wait,
pro."
how did you get into watching a local league bowling?
I told you, it was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And I had been watching bowling videos for like 2 or 3 hours. So the extra credit, the redemption question is, obviously, whenever we have 2 consecutive strikes, that's a double. Whenever we have 3 consecutive strikes, that's a, you know. But when sorry, that was someone in the background laughing, not me. Whenever you have 4 consecutive strikes, what is that?
Quintuplets.
That wouldn't even make sense, Bryce.
A quadrilateral.
Ah, yes. Carson?
Ham bone.
It is a ham bone.
Ham
boning.
boning.
All right. I just want to know why double is not something else. If it's turkey and ham bone, why is it not
Chicken leg.
chicken leg?
Dude.
Could you imagine? No, nice chicken leg there by Abradasia. Putting him in the lead.
For the Dutch 200.
So, guys.
Or just call it like something like super obscure, like a Dyson vacuum.
Dyson vacuum. A chicken
Guys,
pie.
I have an announcement.
An announcement?
Jared Vandera reposted our Instagram post of his fight.
Let's go.
Freaking go.
We love Jared.
We love him. Shout out, Jared. Hope you're listening along with us. You're awesome. All right.
We should send him a shirt right now, express in the mail, and tell him to cut it up and use it as a rag.
We promise
in his
we are
fight.
getting shirts soon. We promise.
Tell him to wear that whenever he wins.
Honestly, he will. He'll literally do it. All right. Well, thanks for the trivia, Austin.
You're welcome. Your daily dose of bowling.
I like I like when we go weird with the trivia. I also like trivia questions that we can actually get, but I also love the ridiculous ones. And I'm taking myself into my hook 'em picks because it's a nice little different way of doing things, because I always get segued by somebody else. All right, play-in Magic Saturday. Miami Heat at Bucks. After the play-in is over, we're done with all that crap. Let's get some real basketball. Heat at Bucks, game 1, 2 p.m. I mean, how many times do I have to say it? Hook 'em Jimmy Butler. I've disrespected him so much. And he's earned it. He's earned my respect. They're going to go in, take game 1. And you know what?
What?
They're going to win the series.
Whoa.
They're going to turn some heads.
Whoa.
And this is going to be the point where everyone says, okay, Giannis, show us something. But give me Jimmy Butler and the Heat. I'm not making a hook 'em pick for the series. That would be a little ridiculous. But I think they go in game 1 excited, and Duncan Robinson's going to put up 30, 36 probably on 12 threes.
Yes.
So hook 'em, baby. And then Saturday night,
let's go.
Jared Vandera, Justin Taffa. Give me Jared. I'm not just picking him because he's a friend of the show. I'm picking him because he's a friend of mine, and I believe in him. He's putting in the work. He's got people that care about him, backing him, and he's got people like us watching him because he's a nice guy, he's a fun guy, and he's a heck of a fighter. He's putting him to sleep, not putting him to sleep. I gave him the heel hook pick last time. I'm giving it to him this time. Round 2 heel hook. Jared's winning it.
Let's go.
Let's freaking go, baby.
And I cannot wait. And then on Sunday,
Dundee.
which isn't on. Oh, it is on Sunday. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what's wrong with me.
It is on Sunday.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of a typo. We've got Sunday, 7:00 at night. Trey Young and Julius Randle going at it, and I didn't think I would ever be picking this game because, well, it's Trey Young and Julius Randle. Like what?
In the playoffs.
But give me Julius Randle. Stephen A. Smith is going to be there probably
on the court.
The Knicks in a meaningful game. Hook 'em Knicks, hook 'em Jared, hook 'em Heat. But give me the freaking Knicks because, well, I want to like Trey Young.
I don't.
I just don't like why he's a basketball player. Because of Steph Curry. Steph Curry has ruined the game and made the pathway for people like Trey Young, volume scorers. Hey, Bryce, you know who else could be a volume scorer in the NBA?
Me.
Yep. Anybody. Oh, so you mean you put up a lot of shots and score a lot of points? Anybody. Hook 'em Knicks, hook 'em Julius Randle. He's going to have a triple-double in the Knicks' first playoff win in like 5 years or something, probably.
50.
So, hook 'em, baby.
Hey, no disrespect there.
None.
I really hope that series is good. Because those are two, like, on paper bad teams, but in actuality they've been decent. So I really hope that's a good series. Just a side note.
The best games are either between two good teams or two bad teams, you know?
Yeah. So I hope that's our 1-7 game series that we get this time.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
But passing on in the segments.
Guys, this is everyone's favorite.
This is everyone's favorite segment. I'm so excited.
It's literally everyone's favorite times 2 because this week we're talking about dipping sauces for our top 3.
Let's freaking go.
Came through dipping.
Dipping sauces, agree or disagree, make or break a meal.
Agree. Especially when it comes to chicken tenders
or just fast food in general, right?
Yeah, mainly chicken or fries, but yeah.
Yeah. Chicken fries.
Yeah, a little bit chicken fries.
Chicken fried.
Chicken steak.
Wait. Maybe.
Chicken fried steak?
Yes.
That's a real thing.
It is a thing. I just don't know if you put dipping sauce with it, but
dipping sauces.
Yeah,
we're not gonna
discriminate.
Yeah, we're gonna say no to gravy, no to weird things like butter or a Frosty.
Okay, but garlic butter is definitely a dipping sauce.
Just your general dipping sauces. You know the bounds. Give me your top 3.
Bryce?
Cracking my knuckles and shaking my leg. Yeah.
Nose.
And I'm giving you, hokey pokey in around. And I'm gonna give you my top 3 dipping sauces. Coming at number 3, we have just classic honey mustard. If I have to pick from a fast food place, the best fast food honey mustard goes to Bojangles.
Agree.
And I know some of our viewers aren't from the heart and soul of America, the South. Bojangles is the greatest fried chicken in the world.
It's like really low quality Chick-fil-A, but it's so good.
That's
That's
tough description.
that's a not very good description of Bojangles
Pretty awful.
at all.
I think it is,
Um,
but it's
But
whatever.
speaking of Chick-fil-A, number 2, Chick-fil-A sauce. Gosh. I could drink that for every meal and be satisfied instead of water.
Oh my gosh. It is pretty good.
And
Though.
then at number 1, from nowhere specific, but it has to be homemade, and it's ranch. Homemade ranch, just nothing can even come even remotely close to it. It's the greatest thing of all time, and that's not an exaggeration. Like, there's this place in Gastonia. I'm giving a shout out to Amberjack's. It's a hole in the wall fish fry steakhouse type place, and they have this ranch. We call it Green Ranch because it is green, but that's because they put green food coloring in it to separate it, so you can tell the difference between that and the blue cheese. But it's awesome,
Hmm.
and I think I could drink that too for every meal.
Hmm.
So,
Wow.
yeah,
Green eggs and green ranch.
ranch.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, Carson.
Well, I'm a very I'm a purist. Okay. That meaning I don't eat a lot of dipping sauces, but 3. Well, now I'm a little torn. All right, 3. I'm putting. Gosh, now I'm torn. All right, my top 3 is only gonna have 2. 2 is ketchup because ketchup with fries is elite, and 1 is ranch because it's good with everything, literally everything.
You have to have a third. Top 3 for a reason.
I don't have a third. I don't dip
Okay,
anything in anything other than those
pick.
2. All right. I'm picking one. All right. Then I'll say am I allowed to say buttermilk ranch because it tastes completely different?
It is completely different. I will allow that.
All right, buttermilk ranch is 3. If I had 100, I would put buttermilk ranch at like 95 because it's awful
Okay.
compared to the good stuff.
Interesting.
Fair enough.
I was really hoping ketchup wouldn't make any of our top 3 because ketchup is disgusting.
Awful.
Shut up! No
And look,
shot.
It's just
shot.
tomatoes and sugar, and you just put it together.
I'll eat it on a hot dog. That's it. Not a burger.
Literally won't eat it on anything.
Hey Carson, what about for instead of buttermilk ranch number 3, you can put like nacho cheese sauce.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Well, I
It is a
haven't had
dipping
that in
sauce.
so long.
It is
Wait,
a dipping sauce.
marinara.
Yes, that's
Yeah, that's also a dipping sauce.
All right, I'm putting marinara for number 3
I'm
because
putting marinara.
RB
Mm,
mozzarella stick.
marinara.
Marinara.
Wow.
RB.
I didn't
All
even.
right,
I didn't
last
think
one.
of that one either, Carson. Wow, you just kind of rocked my world.
I know.
Because
honestly.
marinara is actually really good on pizza too. Like you just dip your pizza in
oh
it.
my gosh.
Oh, it's so
well,
good.
dipping freaking pizza crust in marinara is
Yeah. Oh, it's elite. It's like
Alexa.
making the entire crust of the pizza, like the part of the pizza that comes between the cheese and the crust. You know what I mean?
Oh.
That part of the pizza. Oh, ooh, exquisite. As
Well,
some might
pizza
say.
sauce and marinara sometimes aren't the same thing.
Whatever.
All right, Austin.
All right. Number 3 on my list is one that's actually weird, and maybe for people in the Northeast, it's not as weird as for people in the Southeast. But garlic mayonnaise is a
What?
dipping sauce that I tried in New York on fries because they don't have ranch. It's all mayonnaise, and it's so good. So good.
That's weird.
It's
But
so
then again,
good. It's not thick like mayonnaise that we eat on sandwiches. Garlic mayonnaise, yes. It's garlic and really like thin, like creamy mayonnaise on fries.
So
oh my
that's-
gosh, it's so good.
I mean, it's kind of like you put mayonnaise, milk, and ranch seasoning to make ranch,
True.
right?
Yeah,
So
basically.
it's like mayonnaise, but creamy and
With
like
garlic.
a garlic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With like garlic powder, I guess probably be the easy way to do it. But yeah, it was so good on French fries in New York. I think I probably had it at every meal where they sold it. So
Interesting.
number 2, I just added this one because Carson reminded me of it, but it's marinara sauce.
Marinara.
It is
Yes,
so
sir.
mozzarella sticks have to be the best snack.
If mozzarella sticks aren't the best appetizer, you can shoot me right now.
Honestly.
They beat cheese fries and bacon cheese fries 10 days out of 10. And who wants wings as an appetizer? I want wings as the main course. Like,
Austin just limiting to his appetizers to cheese fries and bacon cheese fries.
I had more, but fried pickles,
There we go.
a close second to marinara sticks. Or mozzarella sticks. Not marinara sticks. That would probably be disgusting, but do you dip it in mozzarella?
Yeah.
Wait, yeah.
My number 1 is buffalo sauce. I'm just going to put it out there. Buffalo
cheese fries
sauce.
and bacon cheese fries?
I promise I've had more appetizers than that, but those were the first 2 that came to mind. But buffalo sauce is number 1.
Unbelievably funny.
I could
Holy
dip
cow.
buffalo sauce in buffalo sauce and eat it.
Wow.
And I'll
I
tell
had a
you,
shirt when I was 12 that said I put ketchup on my ketchup.
Blake had that too.
a place that has really good buffalo sauce that you would not expect to have, something like that is Outback. Outback
Really?
has
I mean, I would.
unbelievably good buffalo sauce.
Well, they better have unbelievably good everything because it's expensive.
True. True.
It's a good medium, but it's still expensive.
But Chick-fil-A's got good buffalo sauce.
Now, this is something we're qualified about.
True. I've probably eaten more chicken tenders than there are people in the world in my lifetime. So
Honestly, same.
I don't know if Austin's qualified for this because of his appetizer range.
Let me think of another one. Onion rings. Okay, there's another one.
Okay, there you go. That's
You're helping yourself out now, but
nachos.
Wait. Okay.
Salad.
Wait. Okay. I was thinking like things that would be on the actual appetizer menu.
Yeah.
Salads would be like part of your entree technically or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but anything that you eat before the meal.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Ooh.
Peanuts.
Cheese fries and bacon cheese fries.
Peanuts.
Oh yeah, you forgot about chili cheese fries.
Chili cheese fries.
Those two, and then like loaded fries.
I don't think I've ever had chili cheese fries. Is that weird?
I don't think I have either.
But I've had a chili cheese hot dog before. That was gross.
Did it have fries on it?
No.
Okay.
There's a place. All right, this is the last off-topic thing I'll say. I promise. There's a place here. There's a place in the town that I live that has a burrito that is just chicken, French fries, and queso. That's it. Inside.
Bryce, what are your thoughts on that?
I'd try it.
It's really good.
It sounds like it would be so good, honestly.
And it's like
right now.
I swear it weighs like 10 pounds.
It probably does.
It's a newborn child.
Cheese. Because cheese is just like, okay, but that's a fat kid. Gosh.
It's a unit.
10-pound baby?
It's Zion, baby.
Zion, baby.
Zion burrito.
All right. Top 3 is pretty much the only part of the entire show that we're qualified to talk about.
Top 3 appetizers will come soon. I'll do research.
It will. Austin will have 3 different versions of cheese fries. But lastly, we like to alternate between a few different things, but we've got the return of this or that this week, and I think it's on topic with the fact that tonight he has played, and he played a couple days ago. Russell Westbrook, the triple-double king. If either of you are him, he's got like 180 triple-doubles. I don't know the number. I don't care. We're saying 180. Would you give every single one of those up for an NBA title?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
All right. Well, ladies first. Whoever wants it.
All right.
The gentleman's argument. So take turns.
Looking back, are we going to recognize Kyle Lowry's one championship in his career, or Russell Westbrook's 1,000,000 triple doubles is a bigger accomplishment?
That's a good point.
I mean, that's fair, but they're both in the hall, so.
I know, but to say you were the king at something, the most ever, the best at that particular thing, it's pretty cool, and it gives you a lot of notoriety. Obviously, a title's awesome, but at the end of the day, you want your name to be
Alright, well-
you want your name to be remembered, not kind of
Well, let's say
lost to time.
hypothetically, I guess just to draw a more of an argument from you. Like, let's say it's not a Lowry title. Let's say it's like a Dirk title. Like
you were the guy.
you were the guy. You
Or if like
shouldn't have
T-Mac won
you
a
shouldn't have
championship or
won.
something.
Yeah, like yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think just like okay, for every individual athlete it's going to be different, right? Because if your main goal is winning, then you would take the title like, every day, right? But if
Mhm.
you want to be like the best individual player, then you would probably take the triple doubles, right?
Well, I mean, the best individual player doesn't have the most triple doubles. The best individual player is the best player, you know?
Yeah, I would say if you want to be remembered as like the statistical best individual player, like then
Yeah.
you would go for the stat title, which is like the triple double title. So I personally would take the title though, just because no one can ever take the fact that you won a title away, but someone could definitely get more triple doubles than you. So,
Fair enough.
I mean, have you seen LaMelo?
Yeah.
Zion?
Triple double king incoming. LaMelo.
Drake? Just kidding.
Drake's got it.
But
Yeah, I mean, I think we're a little short-sighted in today's world
yeah,
with regards to that.
yeah.
Because
Obviously,
of
you want
course,
both.
Nothing is more valuable than a title,
Yeah,
and it's hard to lose. It's easy to lose sight of that.
yeah. And I mean, if Russell Westbrook never wins a title, will he be the best player to not win a title?
Well, more of a question:
Well,
will he
has
be
to be
remembered as the best player to never win a title, or will he be remembered as the triple double king?
He's gonna be remembered as triple double king. People like
Yeah.
John Stockton and Karl Malone and Charles Barkley are the best
Yeah.
people to never win it because they are actually like legends.
When
Yeah.
does Melo enter that conversation?
He
Best
doesn't.
player, never won a title.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I don't know. I mean, he was kind of just stuck in the middle too in terms of time frame.
True. It's just so unfortunate that he and LeBron came in. Such
Yeah.
so man. And I am resident Russell Westbrook hater, number 1, 2, or
You.
3. So
I don't mind
Yeah,
him.
how much everyone you're not.
It's I don't know.
And happy
His situation-
50th birthday to Tony Stewart.
My parents hate him.
I hate him.
Let it be known.
But it's his
Wow.
50th birthday. Happy 50th birthday, Tony Stewart, half a century old, buddy.
Happy birthday, Tony
Yeah,
Stewart.
Wow.
See that? Now that is just good, clean fun.
Yeah, that's content. Wow. How old
Happy
does
birthday! Congratulations.
how old does that make people like Jeff Gordon? Like
Same age.
I was gonna say either like right
Probably.
around the same age or like on the plus side of 50 has to be, right? It's
Which
kind
is
of
crazy.
yeah. That was literally what
But
I was
still.
gonna say. It's crazy.
All right. We're outroing the episode with our threes up, boys. Threes up
For Dale.
for Dale, baby.
3-second moment of silence.
Austin, is your three up?
It is up.
All right. I know Bryce's is up.
Oh, yes.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We love everyone who listens. We love everyone who doesn't listen. Be a friend. Tell a friend. And have a
Raise
good
hell.
week, because we will
Praise
have a
Dale,
good
praise
one.
Dale.
Race hell, praise Dale, and we will be back next week to give you all the news and our unqualified analysis. So let's go, Jared, and everybody. Threes up.
Three's up.
Let's get some cheddar cheese fries, boys.
Do, do,